You know, one of the craziest things that happens when people are online in business is that the first thing that comes to their mind is that they're trying to sell you something. They're trying to sell you something. And so I'm going to be upfront with you. I am going to offer you something at the end of this video, but I'm going to give you something that's even more important for free, absolutely free. I'm telling you, and there's not too many things that are worth what I'm about to give you that is free. Because I could charge people for this. So don't buy anything. I'm not trying to convince you to buy anything. You don't have to buy anything right now. But I want to tell you about a story, because this story here will probably help you be able to move forward in whatever you're going to do in your life. But for the purposes of this video, it's about business. And I'm going to go way, way, way back to when I was 14. I was either 14 or 15 years old when I had this experience. And what it was I was introduced to a network marketing business opportunity. Before you think that I'm trying to get you in network marketing, no, I'm not part of any network marketing company. This is something that I experienced when I was 14 or 15. I cannot remember which age, but it was somewhere around that time. I was introduced by an Indian, or he was either Indian or Pakistani. Don't get mad at me because I know those two don't really get along with each other, but he was either Indian or Pakistani, and he lived down the street from us. He had a sign in his yard, earn extra money, ask me how. So I was like, I want to earn extra money. I went up and asked him, and he said, come to this meeting with me. And when I went to that meeting, at that ripe age of either 14 or 15, it turned out to be an Herbalife meeting. And I remember all of the people that I saw there, like rich people, like you could tell that they had money. So I'm, a teenager in the room with all of these people driving Mercedes, and most of them had either the Mercedes, Jaguars. Like, this was probably 1984, 84, 85, somewhere around there. 84. And I remember being around all of those people, and they had did their presentation, and then he was like, do you want to sign up to be a distributor for Herbalife? And he was like, you said you wanted to earn more money. You asked me out. You saw my sign. And he was like, this is what he said. And I think that this is what will help you. Is he had asked me those questions. He said, you asked me because you wanted to make more money. You took time when you could be out with your friends, riding bicycles, arcade games, places, doing all of that with them. But you rode with me to this Herbalife meeting. And this is what was going on inside of me. And this is probably what's going on inside of you when you want to try to start a business, is that the first thing, and see, the reason why you jump at it is because your subconscious says yes, because your subconscious knows deep down inside you do want to do it. You do want to do it. You want more. Whatever it is. Some people, it's not about money. It's about having the money to have the freedom. Some people, it's about having the money to buy a whole bunch of things. That is up to you. Don't let anybody fool you. What you want is what you want. Don't go and try to get things that other people wanted. That's a huge mistake that people can make, that we all can make. But that subconscious mind answered first. So when he said, you want to go to that, you want to make more money, my subconscious mind, yes, you, Steve, you want to make more money. You know you want to make more money. And the reason why I wanted to make more money is because these are the things I wanted. So I was young, so I wanted the clothes. We were wearing the Guess jeans. We were wearing the Fila sweatsuits. I'm from Texas. We was wearing the snakeskin boots. That's right. We were wearing snakeskin boots. And I told my wife about it, that we even wore them with shorts. She was like, y'all must have looked crazy. But we was doing that. And we wanted the polo shirts and also the rings. We wanted the rings, the gold nugget rings, and the herringbone gold chains, or the rope that we call them rope chains. I forget, like Run DMC had, but I didn't have one that was that big. That's what I wanted. So my quiet voice that said yes was actually saying yes and pushing me towards going to this meeting, because that was what I really wanted. So the subconscious mind, what if you ask yourself the question, do you want to make more money? Do you want to start a business? Do you want to improve your life? And that in the first instance, and the feeling that you get is yes, even though it's silent, that's your true answer. But here, let me tell you what happens. Is that when you are confronted with things that you've never done before, it's totally new, you're going to have this process go through your mind that is going to edit everything. And when it's editing, it's saying, so someone says, do you want to make more money? Instant, like this is stuff that instantly goes on in our mind. That's why we'll say no to stuff real fast when we really want to say yes. Is we edit real quick because we start to pack on our past experiences onto what is new. Because we don't have any experiences for what that new thing is going to be in our life, we have to, as humans, attach something that makes us feel okay. And if you don't have something that makes you feel okay with moving forward, even though you want to move forward, you will go backwards or sideways where you won't do anything. That's just how we are as humans. We will, if you don't have something that makes you feel okay about moving forward, for this instance was to sign up with Herbalife, something that would make me feel okay to move forward, I would have edited over and over to just say no. To just say no. But let me tell you something that I was doing that I didn't even know was going to pay dividends for the day that happened. And it's also paid dividends for me moving forward in my entire life. Is that I was listening to cassette tapes. And I still got this here, cassette tape. Believe it or not, I was listening to a cassette tape of this hypnotist that was giving me positive suggestions. At that time, they would say you're rewriting your subconscious to be more positive. You're rewriting your subconscious to be more willing to experience new things, to have more confidence, all of these things. And so what I didn't even know, because I was playing that tape when I went to sleep, I would just play it like a record. Imagine, like if someone says something bad about you, how many times throughout the day you'll be like remembering that? Why did that person say that about me? But if somebody says something good about you, you'll be like, okay, and then you just let it go. But if something bad happens to you, it's like it grooves down in the record. And what I learned over the years, and I didn't really even know that and appreciate it back then, was because I played that tape over and over and over and over and over again. It gave me a feeling that I could latch on to. And when I was asked that question about joining Herbalife, at that age, not having any money, not coming from a family that had money, not didn't have no experience with too many people that own a business, that I had a feeling that said it's okay to go ahead and join. And I joined, and at the age of 15, now I know for sure at 15, my biggest check at the age of 15 from Herbalife, selling women and some men, but it was mostly women, weight loss powder and pills. And even though at that time I weighed about 140 pounds, at that time, I probably weighed less than that, that I make my biggest check in Herbalife for 1 month was $2,500. And guess what I did with that $2,500? I went and got the things that I wanted to get for the things that I wanted to go out and buy, which was the gold nugget ring, the chain, more of the clothes, the guests, and all of that stuff. That's what I did. And so you have to remember that when you are presented with something new to make a change in your life, it's never going to be loud. The good part of it is never going to be loud. The distractions, the excuses, the roadblocks, the hurdles, all of that is going to be very loud. But the decision to continue moving forward is going to be very, very quiet. It's not going to be loud. And I think that that's what gets people mixed up, because it's your subconscious saying, go ahead, I'm just saying this. I'm just reminding you of those past feelings just to make sure you understand what you could potentially be going through to get to this new thing that you want. That's all it's doing. It's not saying that what you want to do is right or wrong. It's just protecting you. It's the record. It says if you're approached with something where someone says, buy this, and you've never, you want to get it, but there's something that, if it doesn't feel 100% right, you start to edit and you start to go back to things that are similar to that feeling that you're being asked to do. And if you are not ready, you will not get it. You will not get it. Or you don't feel right, you won't get it. Even if it's something that is right for you. Think about it. Why do people, they don't go to the doctor, they know that it's good for them. They don't listen to advice from family and friends who they can plainly see are doing things that they wish that they could do. It's because you're editing. You're saying, okay, I don't want to go to the doctor because I don't want to get that bad news, even though, and it's really just the feeling of the bad news, because you're attaching some bad news that you got from something else, maybe a relationship or something at work. Just the feeling is making you not want to go through that feeling. You're running from the feeling, not from going to the doctor. And the same thing when you're trying to start a business. It's like it's like you don't want to go through that feeling of disappointment. Even though the disappointment, if you've never started a business before and you don't go to try to start a business because of disappointment, you are bringing past disappointments and just matching the feeling of being disappointed in your business if it doesn't work. Or if you don't have money, you didn't come from money, you don't have a resource, you don't have the education, none of that stuff matters. If you make the decision, you're going to be able to move forward in your life. I'm sitting here. This is one of my buildings here, bank building that my wife and I purchased. And the first thing that I did before getting this building, once I found that this building was for sale and the bank didn't have the location open for a number of years, is that when I decided that we were going to get this building, I drove here to work. And then I went to my other office building where my office used to be at. I drove here first, did a little loop. I do this every day now. I drive here and I do a U-turn and then come into the parking lot. I was doing that before I bought the building, before they even said yes to this building. Now, I put that feeling in me that they were going to say yes. I didn't even say that they were going to say yes. I just said that this is going to be my building and I'm going to start coming here every day. Once we found it, once we decided on it, and we had to have them come down on the price, all of that stuff. It didn't matter to me. It was my building and I was going to practice coming to work to my building. I started getting the feeling. And once the feeling was right, there was no stopping. Once your feeling is right on the inside, there is no stopping you in your business. No stopping you. You just take it as far as you want to go, and that's as far as you want to go. You don't have to, go into the millions. People make a lot of a very good life making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. You don't have to go crazy. That's up to you. Don't let anybody tell you what your level of success has to be. It's what you want it to be. Now, I did say that I had something for you to buy. Now I'm going to tell you what I had to offer. There is no business that exists that can survive without a fresh group of leads really on a daily basis. No business. I don't care. Everybody has you chasing the sales funnels, the webinar funnels, the landing pages, the sales pages, the appointment pages, the AI this, the AI that. Everybody has you chasing all of that stuff. But it comes down to just three things: generating leads, nurturing those leads, and making your offer to sell or an appointment. Now, let me tell you why it's important. When you generate leads specifically for what you have to offer, but you're not trying to sell them, you need to generate leads, not just clicks to your website, not because you're not good at your business. It's because people in your business have screwed up and ripped off people, and people don't trust your type of business. They don't trust the industry. All of us. They don't trust, so they got to see us. They got to see the business. They got to know that you're real. Even reviews could be all, for some places, people don't even trust that, like on Amazon and stuff. Some people say some of the reviews, I don't know about that. It's not verifiable. So they got to know your business, and that's why you need to generate leads. And then sales. The reason why, if you have a mechanism for sale, mechanism for appointments, because it will actually help you communicate with your leads better and help you make your advertising a lot better. If you have those three things, no matter where you're at, you're going to either enhance what you have going, or you're going to be able to get yourself off the ground so you can start feeling better about building the business, building your future. My two offers to you is, one, I have a service where you can do a consultation with me, 1 hour, that's $500. What you're going to get out of that is, number one, you're going to have direction for you. And the reason why I charge for it is because you need to have my undivided time. And it's going to, when you pay for something, I learned this from my mentor, Marshall Silver. He was like, I bet if you pay some money for something, you're going to pay attention to it. Why do you pay? When you pay for clothes, you pay attention to your clothes. Now, you don't always wear them, but you're going to pay attention to them. When I bought this watch for, I think it was $9,000, my other watches took a back seat for some reason. Even though some of those are pretty expensive, but it took a back seat. When you pay money, you pay attention, and that's what I want. It's going to be worth it to you. What I share with you will be worth way more than $500. If you do what I tell you to do, you can make millions of dollars like I have. The second offer is, if you can't afford the $500, I have where you could the program that I offer where it's $99 a month. You can study yourself, follow my teaching, put it in place, and you will have leads for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. I know the system works. For the other offer with the $500, that's if you want to have us do work with you, then we'll quote you a price based off of what you need to have done. For the $99 a month, you're going to get a complete program, and I show you from one of my businesses. I actually show you from one of my businesses that has made millions of dollars. I use that one as an example from just one of my businesses, but I use the system in all of my businesses, all of them. All right. Post your questions and comments. Thank you for your time. This is Stephen A. Williams with Blue Book Digital Marketing Services and Making Money with Stephen A. Williams here on YouTube.